Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Liz here, and I am in our clinic here at Two Rivers Health. And at this time of year, as we prepare for holidays, so many women who are on their fertility journey and struggling are also struggling with all of the emotions and the commitments and obligations of the Christmas season or the holiday season. And it's because a lot of things come up in the holiday soup, right? So you're with family, you have usually time away from regular work or other distractions or routines, and or even from appointments, because a lot of the fertility clinics close, and it just gives you this more time to kind of pause and reflect. We're also wrapping up yet another calendar year, and if you have been hoping and trying for a baby and not having been successful yet, this can be a very disheartening time for women and couples who are on their fertility journey. It can be a valuable time for some reflection and for some self-care, and so that's why I wanted to bring you some thoughts today about how to keep your festive season festive even when you're trying to conceive or having fertility challenges. And the first suggestion that I have for you, okay, there's going to be 3 Ds, and the first one is decide. And ultimately, you get to decide. You have both the privilege and the responsibility to decide to be responsible for your emotions and your experience over the holiday season. Yes, other people's actions and questions and maybe well-meaning advice are not within your control, but you get to decide what your response is going to be to those circumstances, right? So this is an empowering piece. This is not about judgment. This is not about making anybody wrong or making you wrong for having certain feelings or reactions, but it's about jurisdiction. And you have the jurisdiction within your energetic space, your mental space, your physical space. And that means no matter what happens or kind of what occurs around you, you get to decide what your response is going to be in that context, right? So the second step is going to be delegate. So if there are things that you just don't want to do, if there are tasks or chores or things that need to be done around the house, maybe there's someone that you could exchange with. Maybe there's someone that you could hire to help you out with that. And if there's anything that just drains your energy, that maybe is like part of your usual expectations of what you'd be doing or your routine, but this is a time of celebration and rest and festivities, so delegate it. We just hired at home someone to help us with cleaning once a month. And in my case, I have an amazing team. So if there's things around the workplace that aren't my zone of genius, then I delegate them and I give myself permission to realize that there are people out there whose passion are for the things that you don't even want to do, and they can do it a whole lot better too. The third step is design. So giving yourself permission to pare down and choose what feels good for you and follow through on doing things that just because they feel good for you. So over what feels like an obligation or a should, or because that's what we always do. Over the holiday season, I really encourage you to stop shoulding on yourself and enjoy this fresh kind of pace of the season, which tends to be slower and some friends and tends to be more fun. And you're going to be designing what your schedule looks like, especially if you have time off. You have so much freedom in there, all right? And so I want you to designate time for just you, for you two as a couple, where you get to just have fun and have unscheduled time. I hope these tips help you have a more festive holiday season no matter where you are in your fertility journey. In the next couple of weeks, I am opening up my schedule to 6 women who are struggling right now and who need assistance or support in some area of their fertility journey, especially going into this more sensitive holidays time. And as we wrap up the year, I want to help you vision for what can be different in 2019 on your journey. And the only way to make things different and have a different outcome or transform your results is to change something that we're doing or something that we're thinking And there's often so many different blocks to fertility and conception that we don't even realize because they're not medical. So if you're in that space and you know you want something to be different, but you're not sure how to make that happen, then PM me and we'll set up a time for a chat to unpack where you're at and what next steps would look like to make the changes and get the transformation that you're really looking for. I believe in your innate fertility. I believe in your empowerment in your life. And I believe in your worthiness of having your dreams and your life come true in the way that you are desiring. So do PM me if that's you, and if you want support in that space, I'd be happy to set up a chat. Talk soon.